Myles Kennedy. I'm always happy to chat with Myles, my buddy. I'm a fan. You know, I'm a Myles like super fan. You know that, don't you? You have to know that.
Well, thank you, Terry. That means a lot. You've been incredible for a long time, and it's just a real pleasure to get to talk with you. So thank you.
And I think in Jersey we have so many Myles super fans. I mean, this is not necessarily a shocker. So when I hear what is going to be your first single from the third solo record, "Say What You Will to Me," it's such a great song. First of all, I'm going to come from a place of solo records for me as a fan. I view your solo records as guitar records. I could be wrong. I think your work with the Conspirators and Slash is in one box. I think the Alter Bridge stuff is in another box. But I think when I hear your solo stuff, their guitar records to me, I hear what an amazing guitar player you are. When you're the Tiger hit in 2018, that acoustic drenched folk, emotional record. Then Ides of March, there was this bluesy tinge, very essence of Gary Moore in spots
Oh,
where I was like,
wow.
oh man, this is like some of this had to be inspired with your time with Warren Haynes, I thought, on
Oh,
that
sure.
record.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. Now,
absolutely.
this record is, from what I've heard with the first single, seems to me to be completely different.
Yeah, this is a full-on rock record. There's definitely the bluesier aspect of it is still there. But it's as far as the acoustic side, where this started 6 years ago with Year of the Tiger, that we kind of set that to the side for the time being, and just wanted to plug in, turn up, and play loud. And yeah, so that's where we are.
The guitars on Say What You Will are masterful. I
Thank
mean, wow, I just got lost from the first, like three chords of this song. I was like, oh my God. And it really just shows who you are as a player. I mean, this song is a battle cry song. It seems like a power, a strength song, an anthemic song. I will not concede. There's a lot of power behind the song. So is this whole record following in that kind of vein?
I think as far as the concept lyrically, not necessarily, but I think as far as the sound of the record, yeah, yeah, it's definitely, you know, it's a rock record, and a lot of it was informed. A year ago, I was like, one of the highlights of my career was working with Paul Reed Smith on the signature guitar that came out. And so once that was, created, I found that guitar was really kind of informing me as I was writing, and it inspired me to play this way and make this record. So that was a big part of the equation. But the other thing was because, Ides of March and Year of the Tiger were kind of concept records. They followed a congruent theme throughout and told a story. I wanted this one to be a collection of songs. And
Hmm.
so I jump around thematically, which was fun. It was just it kind of would tap into the mood of the day as opposed to the mood of the season, and that was fun to take that ride.
I love Miles when he's banging. Miles as a banger is just, it's phenomenal. And I mean, there's just so much power between the vocals and the guitar. Well, talk to me about your vocals and the guitar, because I mean, it's such a uh it's just such a perfect fit. But when you're doing it with Slash, it's very different. And I've said to him, Miles' vocals and your guitar right there, right in the pocket all the time. When you're doing it and it's just you, that's got to be a little bit more challenging and definitely very different than anything that you do with these masterful players that you work with.
Yeah, I think the hardest part in the solo realm, and I kind of look at the solo records as an exercise for me, right? So I get to collaborate with these incredible artists in my other projects, right? And so when you're doing that during the songwriting process, you have somebody to say yay or nay. I like that idea or I don't like that idea. And that helps you. It really moves the process along, you know. But when you're left to your own devices, for me, the hardest part isn't coming up with the material. Like that's not the issue. It's the issue is deciding what makes the cut,
Yeah.
what's good and what's bad. And a lot of times wait, I'll kind of spin my wheels and waste time developing an idea and then realize, a month later that was a waste of time and I should have abandoned it. At the end, the way we do it is, I'll write the songs and then when we do pre-production, then I have Zia and Tim and then Elvis to go, okay, what do you guys think? And then that helps kind of make the cut. But there's that whole year to 6 months prior to that where I'm just, kind of I'm on my own, but I like that because it helps me to become a little bit more decisive.
Yeah, and you're figuring out where everything fits.
Yeah,
In the
exactly.
end, everything fits. Everything has always fit, no matter who you're working with. And the solo records, I mean, I think as you talked about the last two being conceptual, everything always fits. It's always just that kind of a journey record where you get into it and you're listening and you just kind of take the journey with the record. And then I think about how many records you've done. I mean, it's 7 with Alter Bridge, I think. It's 4 with Slash and the Conspirators. We're coming up on 3 solo, 2 Mayfield 4. Other
Yeah.
things that you've done. We're coming up like literally on like a 20 record uh body of work, which is pretty incredible. When you look back, are you like, man, I'm 20 records into this incredible career that I have?
It's crazy.
A
I
lot of
mean,
records, dude.
Yeah, Mark Tremonti and I talked about that a few years ago. We looked at each other and we're like, gosh, between the both of us, we've made all these records, and for I remember rewind 30 years ago, and I'm this the guitar young guy just trying to survive, saving up my dollar to go buy rice down the street at the Chinese restaurant, just getting by, and I remember I'd be just telling myself, man, if I could just make one record for a major label and work with like a real producer, and boy, that would be it. Like I'd climb to the top of the mountain and I could say I did it. So here we are 30 years later, and you just dropped that on me, reminding me of where it ended up. And it's something I don't take for granted. I can't believe it happened, but as long as people are listening, I'll keep trying to make those records.
And 20 records in with the magic of Elvis.
Yeah.
With that, I mean, he's not on everything, but he's on a lot of these, a
Yeah.
lot of these cool records, whether you're with AB or, yourself or even with Slash. And he's got that kind of magic, magic behind him. And that relationship between you and Elvis is pretty magical.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, I really do believe in this business, we all are kind of standing on each other's shoulders, right? Nobody can do it all on their own, from the business to the recording to the songwriting. It's a team thing. And to be able to have somebody of his caliber who's been there for, 2 decades now, I really do believe this. I believe that had I not met Elvis, I think the trajectory of my career would be different
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he is, you know, he's one of the best, and I get to work with him.
Yeah. He knows you. He gets you. He feels
Yeah,
you. Was he the guy who actually hooked you up with, hey, look, I'm working with Sebastian Bach.
he
And
did.
yeah, yeah, I figured
Yeah,
it was there was some magic there, because I had Sebastian on this feature with me. And of course, look, I'm not going to lie to you. When they told me there's a new Sebastian Bach record co-written by Myles Kennedy, I was like, oh, well, I'll listen to that one right now because, I so respect your talent and also, produced by, you know, Elvis Baskett. So when I talked to Sebastian, he talked about your talents and he talked about how great it was for him to work with Elvis. And so I figured, yeah, he was the guy who kind of put you guys together.
he did, and I'm glad he did. I remember I was hanging out at home, and he called me and said, "Hey man, would you be interested in writing a track for this record I'm doing?" And I'm like, "Well, who's it with?" And he goes, "Sebastian Bach." And I go, "Yeah, that'd be fun." So I went in the studio and just kind of started messing around and sent just a real rough sketch of something, and he liked it, and then played it for Sebastian. He liked it, and so that was I love getting to do that sort of thing, be a part of that where you get to step out and write with somebody else. And then through that, Sebastian would send these texts, and he was so cool.
You got him back on the rock charts. You
Wow.
got his record back on the rock charts. That's a pretty big deal. That's a big deal for somebody. Yeah. And he was super grateful and just like so Miles co-wrote it and Miles co-wrote it and Miles co-wrote it. So great stuff. Just
That's
great stuff.
amazing to hear. It's funny. I remember when I first heard him sing, back in, what was it, late 80s. I actually saw him. I saw him and Skid Row opened for Bon Jovi on the, not the Slippery When Wet tour, but the New Jersey
The New
tour.
Jersey tour. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, it was amazing. And he's just like the quintessential front man, and his vocals are insane, So
And you
once again,
wrote him a great song. You wrote him a
yeah.
perfect song for him. What do I got to lose? We're playing it. Just a perfect song for his vocal. And the video is very, kind of 80s inspired. And so great work. So will you be solo touring?
Yes. We will be touring. We've got a run in the UK and
I
Europe at
saw
the end of
that
the
with
year. Yeah.
with your buddy. With your buddy,
Yes.
yeah, with your buddy
Yes.
Devin.
Oh,
Yeah.
Devin. Oh my gosh. Don't even
Yeah.
get me started. Don't even let me start fanboying
Such a
boying up.
talent. Beyond,
He's
just
like a
beyond.
genius.
Yeah.
He's a genius. It's like there's talented people and there are geniuses, and he's one of those people. He's as prolific as Frank Zappa. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Some
and he's
people
just
we
the
have not
sweetest
caught
guy.
up to yet. And I think
Yeah.
people are just starting to catch up
Yes.
to him and
Yes.
his masterfulness. So I saw that a couple of weeks ago when that tour was launching, and I was like, I'm hitting like all the likes and the hearts and everything. And I'm like, I'm hoping that we're going to get something solo wise for Miles in the States and something for us. We sure hope.
Yes, that is in the works.
It
So
is.
we'll make it happen. I
Okay.
promise.
And you will stop by and see us, right? Because we miss you in
Absolutely.
Jersey. You know how much we love you in Jersey. You come out to Jersey. The shows are always sold out. The cookie people are there. The fans are all there. Everyone wants to see you. So everywhere you play in New Jersey, no matter who you are with, whether you're solo, whether you're with AB, whether you're with Slash, the shows are always sold out. We just have that absolute love for you. So yeah, we're hoping for some solo dates. I'm definitely going to flex my muscles and be like, hey, we need something in, the New Jersey, New York area to make sure that people can get out and see our Miles.
Flex them. Do it. I want to
I'm
go.
flexing, baby. So,
Yeah.
so what date now? Do we have a date for, the record? Because again, I
Yeah.
got the listen only link. I didn't get a whole lot of information. So I was like, get me the Zoom, book me the Zoom. I want to talk to him. I want to talk to him. So, Say What You Will is the first single. We're
Correct.
getting that, but talk to me about, when the record is coming out.
October 11th is the official
October 11th.
day.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great.
And what's crazy is we kept it quiet. When we made the record last year, there was didn't do any sort of updates via Instagram or Facebook, just kind of quietly went in there.
Yeah, I
Make
was
this
in shock. You're getting, I get the emails, you're getting a new Myles Kennedy. I'm like, when? I was literally like, now. It's like Daffy Duck, with the diamonds, now.
Copy,
I want
copy
my
paste with the diamonds.
I want my Myles Kennedy record. So okay, so we get a full record in October.
Correct.
Single come in. And also I wanted to talk to you before I let you go too. I want to talk to you about the Future Song Foundation, which is
Yeah.
something that you co-founded, 501c3 charity, doing
Correct.
amazing work. You and your wife, Selena, so involved in this great charity, just making sure that musical inspiration for young people is there. Pick up an instrument, get, a music education, play with a symphony. Talk to me a little bit about this. I mean, giving back, you get to a point in your life one day where you're just like, you know what? I've got a lot here. I want to give back. And you guys are doing such great work with this foundation.
Thank you. No, it's been, as they say, when you get involved with these sorts of things, you end up in a lot of ways getting more out of it,
No
than you
question
could ever
about it.
imagine. Yeah, it's incredible. Like a week or two ago, we did a thing with the symphony. It's called the Link Up program, and you get all these kids like it involves those. Remember recorders? You remember the things, and
They
so
had a
these.
recorder. Are you
Yeah,
kidding
yeah,
me? I
right,
love to take it out of the case. That was like a whole
right.
big
That was
deal
the
for
whole
me.
thing, right?
Yeah.
So we funded this thing that was in conjunction with the symphony, and they had like a curriculum they started back in January. And then the highlight of it is that these 1,200 kids basically get to jam with the symphony. And
In
so,
Spokane, right? You did
yeah,
it in
in
Spokane.
Spokane, in
That's
Spokane,
unbelievable.
it was,
Imagine the feeling of these
oh,
kids being
it was
able
the
to
best.
do that and everything being around you and that music enveloping you like that. You've got to leave that situation thinking, you know what? I can do this. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, and and they were just watching the dynamic of the room. We were sitting right behind this wonderful family, and the sister was playing she was standing up, and they had the big screen and the music, the notes were bouncing and the symphony's playing, and all these kids, and they're just having a great time. But the best part was watching her little brother, and he was filming her. And she's sitting next to her dad, and he's filming her, and he was so proud of his sister. He's like, "My sister's playing with the symphony," and it's
That
just like,
literally like could make me cry right
oh,
now.
I
Like
was
it's
tearing
so
up.
emotional. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the best. It was the best. So
It's
yeah,
such a great feeling. And you're such inherently just an awesome person because you're always looking to give back and you're just really one of those great dudes in music. And I'm very, very grateful to know you.
oh, you're very kind. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm grateful
No,
to
no, I'm being really honest. Trust me, I don't say that about everybody.
know.
Most of the time I'm like, rah, but really you're such a good person and always willing to just help and give back and just do so much for people. And it's pretty awesome. Yay. So say what you will. Now that's the name of the record.
The name of the record
Do I
is
have that yet? We don't have that yet.
I don't know if we have it. The Art of Letting Go.
Oh, is that the name of the record?
That's the name of the record.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's very like Zen and, deep.
It's something in life I'm trying to do every day. I think we're all
Hey,
trying to do that every
that's
day. We're
right.
trying to figure out the art of letting go. You see all
Exactly.
these memes from people, let go of this, let go of that. And, it's always easier said than done, of course.
You said it done. Oh,
I have a little bit of that Jersey Goodfellas mentality, so we don't always let go of everything. But I
right.
love that title, The Art of Letting Go.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Who
it had
came
that.
up with that? Was that you or Elvis?
Yeah, I came up with that.
You
And it's
did?
yeah, it's kind of part of it. So I was just I've been going through this period in really the last 6 years, and I discovered like Eastern philosophy, and I've been integrating that into my life because, you know, I- sometimes we get reactive, right? And I was like, I don't like being reactive. I want
Gee,
to
you
learn to,
think?
yeah, right. And I just in the world we live in, everybody's all reactive, and I'm like, I need to learn the art of letting go, and just kind of chill out. And so, yeah, I thought that was apropos for this
So do you
record.
know you will be with me every day now? Do you know why? Because
No,
every time I'm ready to react, I'm thinking of you.
all
I'm
right,
thinking of the art of letting go.
art of letting go.
Here's hoping that it works. I think it would definitely be an improvement in life.
It's the best. I tell you, it's a thing. I live by it now, and I'm 1,000 times happier.
I'll tell you, this is going to be a great summer. I am so excited that we're getting new music from you. And we're getting, you're going back with Slash in the fall. Then I would imagine then album cycle, Alter Bridge, beginning of 2025, correct?
We're getting all that facilitated. I'm really working hard to clone myself.
I don't know how you do it. It's very different being the bass player, being the drummer, being the person who, shakes the chongas. When you're the vocalist and you're doing all of this, I truly don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it.
You
What
know
do you
how I
do
do
when you're home? Are you silent constantly?
it? No, I'm not. But I think you know what the secret is having a very, very supportive partner.
Yeah.
Selena is.
She's
I
awesome.
couldn't do it.
Great
There's
lady.
issues. I mean, look, if you knew me before I met Selena, it was a bit of a yeah. So yeah, it really that's for me. That's been it, is having
I
that
always
foundation.
say that behind every great
Yep,
man is an
it's
even
true.
greater woman.
It's true.
And yeah, she
Yep.
is just the most lovely person. So when
Yeah.
you come on tour, you've got to bring her to the Northeast.
All right.
You
We got a
will?
deal. You got a
All right,
deal.
good. Good. I'll take her.
Yeah,
I'll take her out for a girl's drink or shopping or something and
she
get
would
her
love
away
that,
from the band guys for
right?
a half an hour.
Greasy band guys.
I love you. I love you. I'm so happy and so grateful to spend time with you. Say what you will, just a banger. I cannot wait to hear this full record because, as I said, every record is a little bit different. And Myles and his guitar, there's nothing really better.
Uh, Thank you so much, Terry.
Love you, and I'll see you soon.
Love you. Thank you. Great talking.